Hey there and welcome. Have you ever wanted to just jump in and have a real conversation in Russian? Well, guess what? That's exactly what we're going to do today. This isn't about memorizing a giant list of words. It's about really mastering a few key phrases so you can start speaking with confidence, like right away. All right, let's jump right in with maybe the most important word of all, your very first hello. Listen closely and then you try it. Привет. One more time for good measure. Привет. Awesome. That's your friendly, informal hi. And I promise you, that's not just a nice thought. In the next few minutes, we are going to build on that one word and actually piece together a full, natural-sounding conversation. You are going to be amazed at how far a few essential phrases can take you. You know what they say, first impressions are everything, right? So let's dive into the most important ways to greet someone in Russian. We'll start with the one we just learned and add a very important alternative. So we've got two main greetings. Over on the left, you see the informal, Привет, which is perfect for friends. Now, on the right is the formal version. And I know, that one looks a little intimidating, but it is so important for showing respect, especially to elders or in any kind of professional setting. But don't worry, we're going to tackle it together. Let's give it a shot. Здравствуйте. Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. So here's the secret. We're just going to break it down into three simple parts. Let's do it together, syllable by syllable. First part is strav. You try it. Okay, the second part, stvui. And the final little piece, te. Perfect. Now, let's string them together, nice and slow. Здравствуйте. Fantastic. You have just mastered one of the trickiest words for anyone learning Russian. Well done. Okay, so you've said hello. What comes next? Well, naturally, you ask how they're doing. This is the little bridge that turns a simple greeting into a real conversation. This right here, this is your go-to phrase. Listen closely, then it's your turn. Как дела? Perfect. Literally, it means how are things. Now, if you're with close friends, you might also hear a shorter, more informal version. Как ты? So what if someone asks you that? How do you respond? Here are four super common answers. To say good, you'd say хорошо. For just okay or normal, it's нормально. If you're feeling really great, you can say отлично. And, if things aren't going so well, it's плохо. Great job practicing those. Okay, this is a really important cultural tip. Think about it. It's a lot like in English when someone asks, how's it going? The question, как дела, is often more of a greeting itself than a deep, serious question about your life. A simple хорошо is usually all that's expected. You don't really go into a whole long story unless you're talking with a really close friend. All right, we've covered hellos, we've covered how are you, so now it's time to learn how to wrap up the conversation and say goodbye. Let's look at the most common ways to do that. And yep, you guessed it, just like with hellos, we have informal and formal options for goodbye. For your friends, you can use a simple Пока. Go ahead, you try. In more formal situations, the standard polite term is до свидания. Let's say that one together. До свидания. Wonderful. I just love this phrase because it literally means until the next meeting. How cool is that? And let's add one more useful one to your toolkit. This one is very similar to see you later. It's до встречи. Let's try that again. До встречи. This is a great, friendly alternative to keep in your back pocket. All right, this is it. The moment we've been building towards. We have all the pieces, all the essential building blocks. Now, let's put them all together and see what a simple, natural conversation looks like. I'll read through both parts first so you can just listen and get a feel for the flow. So, person A kicks things off, nice and easy. Привет. Как дела? Simple, direct. Hello? How are you? Now watch what person B does. They respond, Привет. Хорошо. So hello, good, and then they add this crucial little phrase to keep the conversation going. А у тебя? This is how you ask, and you. It's the perfect way to volley the question back. Let's practice just that part. А у тебя? And person A comes back with just one more little word we need. Тоже. That means also or too. So тоже хорошо is just good too. So simple. And then they finish up with our informal goodbye. Пока. And person B wraps it up with Пока. And just like that, you have seen a complete back and forth conversation in Russian. And the best part, you understood every single word. Seriously, fantastic work. You have just gone from single words to a full, real human interaction. That is a huge step in learning any language, and you should feel incredibly proud of what you just accomplished. So, the big question is, are you ready to use what you've learned? When we get together next time, we'll expand on this by adding essential words like please and thank you. But for now, you have the entire foundation for your very first conversation. So practice these phrases, be brave, and go try out your first Привет. До встречи!